So the Holland Marsh itself is basically in a bowl. Around us are a bunch of hills and we're in sort of a bit of a valley. So it really became a big marsh, bulrushes, grasses, small shrubs, small trees, that type of idea. But then at one point in time, a Professor Day kind of looked at it and through the encouragement of some people in the town of Bradford, they kind of came up with a scheme. They enclosed it with a dike, started pumping the water out, started breaking the land open, and found out, you know what, you could grow some pretty good vegetables here.
I gotta stress this. What he did in 1929 is impossible, given the government regulations and rules and everything else, to do today.
People came, immigrated to Canada, saw this, drained it, prepared it. You've got this incredibly rich soil, and most of us just drive past it on the 400 and take it for granted.
It's split up amongst a number of farmers. They have all been working together for decades, and they all are in this area as a community.
The farmers out here, their attitude is just let me do my thing. Let me work my fields so I can put food on your plate.
You know, we've been in this area for quite some time. It should be kept, you know, as a growing area, as an agricultural area, and it should be, you know, maintained. And for us, we try to care for it as if, you know, the way it should be, right?
Oh, the IPM program is a program we've used on this farm for years. It's pest management. What we do is we monitor the farms. We have people coming in a couple times a week, and we see what our thresholds are, what our diseases are, and then we will react to the problems we have in order to keep the sprays down on the farms and a minimal amount of cost. These IPM programs have been an incredible asset. Environmentally, it's a phenomenal asset because you use less product. We protect from wind erosion with cover crops. We put cover crop in with the crop in the spring, so the wind's not an issue. Anything that's harvested before the 15th of September gets a cover crop put into it.
I have a concern that people who are non-farmers come up to the marsh because the land is considerably cheaper than what you would buy in town.
Urban encroachment, as far as I'm concerned, that's the marsh discussion. We're all very selfish, right? The idea is let's get the big box house, let's get the drywall palace, and somebody sold the land, so maybe it's not as valuable as we thought. It's that little incremental move. What does it matter if we lose a bit of farmland in Markham? What's it matter if we lose a bit of farmland in the Barrie area? Like, it just keeps going and going and going.
First of all, that land cannot be replaced. It's irreplaceable.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
The amount of grade A dirt is not getting larger.
No.
We were talking about Markham earlier. You take away a bunch of farmland around Markham, it's not being replaced.
The loss of land just becomes the price of living in the GTA, right? So it's a negotiation we have. And I think one of the things is, like any negotiation, we have to know what the cost is of losing that land and losing that access.